Howdy, partners. So, in honor of today's card featuring my little cowgirl here, I am playing some good old country music. So anyway, I am using My Favorite Things, Saddle Up and Celebrate, and Best in the West. Those two stamp sets together. I seen the Saddle Up and Celebrate stamp set come out last release, and I seen that and I said, oh yeah, I have to use the horse with it. And I seen everybody else had the same idea, so there you go. But I was thinking, I did like 3 or 4 different cards now, but I was thinking a little girl with a pink saddle. I had to have that, so that was one of the ones I did. So here I am, I'm coloring my horse. I am using a combination of Jane Davenport watercolors. I'm using Cocoa for Jane Davenport, and I'm using Neutral Tint for Daniel Smith. I don't really have any browns yet in my Daniel Smith. That type, I have Neutral Tint, that's pretty much it for that type of color. So I have about 7 minutes of coloring here. I don't know what to talk about during the coloring, so I think I'll leave you with the music. Unless, you guys want me to talk. I don't know what I talk about. I know what I can tell you guys about. So at one point in one of my other videos, I had mentioned that my crafty corner was expanding to the other side of the room. So now I have one whole side of my bedroom. I mean, it's just the wall. I have about 5 or 6 feet from the wall. It's the wall with the window. It's a wall with a window. You guys don't know what my walls look like, but it's a wall with a window, and it's about 5 feet out. So I have tables against the wall and coming out about 5 feet. I'll take pictures and put them in the video so you can see. Why not, right? I'll put them at the end of the video so you can see what my crafty corner looks like. My crafty 2 corners look like. So yeah, I did that, and my husband put some more shelving up, so now I was able to spread out a little bit. I was so cramped in this one little corner, it wasn't funny. So now I have a cuddlebuck, and it's dying a slow death on me. I was thinking about getting a big shot. If I don't get a big shot, I'll probably get a Gemini. I'm not sure. You guys have an opinion on die cutting machines? You like the electric one? You like the hand crank one? Which one do you guys like? And which one of those particular machines do you like? That would be great advice for me. The other thing is that I want to ask you guys, since I'm going to be spending some time talking to you here, how much coloring is too much coloring? Am I leaving too much coloring in? Because I don't know. I like to watch people watercolor. I like to watch people Copic color, but I don't know what other people like. I know some people like the coloring, but I'm sure there's a limit to how much coloring you want to watch. So there's about, like I said, 7 minutes worth of coloring. I don't know if that's too many minutes. I tried shrinking my video down. It was over 20 minutes originally. Now it's about 14 minutes. So, and half of it is coloring, because watercoloring is a process, a long process. So that was one of the questions I had. The other question is, if you all have the media mat, the Tim Holtz media mat, are you using it if you're filming, are you using it when you film? Because mine is reflecting. And that was my other question, and I think I asked this in my last video. Is it excessive reflection, or is it just not bothersome? Because it doesn't bother me when I look at it, but I don't know whether I should try to figure it out, get rid of it. Like right now you don't see it reflecting really, but at some points you do. Like I think my watercolor palette is covering it, so you don't see it reflecting. But I want to know if it's annoying. If it's annoying, then I'll get rid of it somehow. I'll figure that out. But anyway, those are my questions. So, and the other thing is the music annoying? Because I don't really know. Do you like the music when I'm talking, when I'm not talking? When I am talking, do you want me to not have music? Or, having a little bit of light music in the background is not bothersome. You guys just tell me which one you like. Anyway, yeah, so I just used some Brilliant Pink by Holbein. watercolor. I mixed it with the anthraquinoid red from Daniel Smith. I mixed the two together to come up with that pink. And then I used a little Prussian blue to color her shirt. And I'm using indigo. I'm supposed to be following a card sketch, which was the picture I showed in the beginning with black and pink and white. I'm supposed to be following a card sketch for a card swap that I belong to in a group called Card Conga. So it's black and white and pink. I think that's it. It's my favorite things challenge. It's not the current challenge. I think they just put that one up for us to do. But I don't want to use black in my coloring. Black, nothing's ever solidly black, so I'm using a dark indigo so it almost looks black, right? I probably, in retrospect, should have used a black card base on my card. I'm actually going to use bubblegum from My Favorite Things. So here I'm using a combination of sand and spice from Jane Davenport for her skin tone. I don't have any skin tones either in my I do have Naples Jello, which probably could under Daniel Smith. I don't really have too many though. Oh yeah, I didn't write those colors down for her hair. I'm using Aussie Red and deep quinacridone gold. That's such a beautiful color. I love it. It's gorgeous. So I skipped around a little bit. I tried doing some shading with her pink. I'm not very good at the shading yet with the Daniel Smith. I'll admit that. I'm trying. I'm learning. But I'm new to watercoloring. I'm new to all coloring. I just started this hobby within the last 2 years, and all of it wasn't coloring. A lot of it was learning how to make the cards to start with. So so between colored pencils, Copic coloring, and watercoloring, I'm learning. I think I'm definitely better than I was originally, but I still have a ways to go. So here I am coloring using some Prussian blue, and I think I mixed the two together, Prussian and indigo, to make the scarf. I didn't care for the color of the shirt, so I also colored that, but I don't think I showed it. No, I didn't. So I took my images and I put it on my scan and cut. My scan and cut, you can have it go right up to the image, a little bit further from the image. You can go as far as you want by increments, 4, 8, 10, 12, I believe that's the increments. I usually go 4, and it gives me that little border that you get when you use die cuts. Well, I did 8 this time. I don't know why, but I didn't like the border as you've seen previous to this. So I fussy cut it out. So anyway, I fussy cut it so it had just a small border, so you'll see that. But now I'm doing some ink blending, and I am using Bristol Smooth Paper because the ink blending is so much better on it. I'm using Modlon Oxide and Tumbled Glass Distress Oxide ink, and my ink blending tool, obviously. This is My Favorite Things Grassy Borders, I believe it's called, stencil, and then I'm going to bring out my cloud stencil from My Favorite Things as well to make the background. Oh, and I use Drifts and Hills too to make a little bit of background. As a matter of fact, I got some green up too high, so I have to take my sand eraser to that and get rid of it. But I'm going to use this to make some rolling hills in the background. Kind of messed up a little bit, so I had to make a couple rolling hills because the stencil moved on me a little bit. So there I am changing it. Yeah, here we go. 2 rolling hills now. So I could have probably went higher with the rolling hills. I don't know, I didn't. But anyway, I take my sand eraser now to that green that I got all over the card. Ink finger smudges. And I'm going to use my cloud stencil now with the Tumbled Glass. This is one of the new colors from Tim Holtz that he just released. They actually both colors are. I like these 2 colors for grass and sky. I haven't got sophisticated enough to get any crazier with the backgrounds. This is probably as crazy as I've gotten so far with my backgrounds. I've done some galaxy backgrounds and like that, but mostly it's just grass and sky. So as you can see, I think I fussy cut it already. Yeah, I think so. It looks like it's fussy cut. So now it's just a thin border around it instead of that big thick border. I probably could have gone a little bit closer, but anyway, it really stands out when you have a background. So I'm using a Simon Says Stamp sentiment set because all the sentiments in these two stamp sets were kind of big, and I needed something small so I could fit all my images in there, because I couldn't decide if I wanted to make it a birthday card, but I really wanted to use those balloons, so I had to make it some kind of a celebration card. I made it a birthday card. So I'm using a Happy and Smile from Simon Says Stamp. It's a stamp set. I'm using the Happy Birthday. I stamped it once, and of course it didn't come out good, so I'm taking a risk here. Thanks for the Misty. Thank you, Sweet Petunia. Stamping it again, it comes out great. So I have my Happy Birthday there. And then I'm going to take some time gluing and popping them up. So I glue my horse down. I glue a balloon behind her as if the balloon was tied to the saddle or the reins or the horn. You know the little horn, although I don't think it shows a horn on there, but there's usually a horn. I guess that's just on Western saddles. But yeah, so I'm going to put a balloon behind him. There we go. And glue that down. And I pretty much glue everything down with the exception of one balloon, the little girl, and the little tiny cactus. I popped those all up. Here I am using my Big Mama foam tape. Love this roll. It's a little expensive, but you know, it lasts, so it's a lot better than buying the small Scotch. If you add it all up, it ends up being cheaper this way. It's just an initial investment, that's all. But I like having it. I don't have to go looking for foam tape. It's right there. Big roll. I try to use some fun foam when it's something big, like if I'm popping up an entire panel, then I use fun foam. Excuse my voice, by the way. I have the ends of a summer cold. Nobody got a cold, I got a cold. So here's my finished card. And I'm going to, of course, use some Nuvo Aqua Shimmer Pen on my balloons, on the saddle, on her hat and boots. All the pink. Well, I did some black too, but. So that is the end of my card, and hopefully you like it. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Oh, I'm going to add some pictures here so you can see the close-up of the pictures with my new camera of the card. Also, I'm adding some pictures of my crafty corner that I talked about earlier. So if you liked my video, please consider subscribing and liking it. That would be great. I'm striving to produce more videos. Hopefully I'm going to be having a more consistent schedule, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, something like that. Anyway, hope you're all having a fantastic day. I hope you like my little crafty corner, and you have a nice day. Bye-bye now.